If you're between 65 and 80 and can still perform certain everyday movements, you're not just aging well, you're a rare gem with extraordinary potential for longevity. While many assume that aging inevitably brings decline, the latest research tells a different story. The truth? Your body reveals hidden clues about your lifespan through simple abilities you might take for granted. These 8 physical and cognitive indicators aren't just random skills, they're powerful predictors of who will thrive into their 90s and beyond. Harvard longevity researchers have discovered that these everyday capabilities correlate strongly with extended lifespan. More than many expensive tests or treatments, you've accumulated decades of wisdom. Now discover if your body holds the secret markers of exceptional aging. Before we begin, I'd love to know where my viewers are from. Comment your city below, and if you find this valuable, hit that subscribe button and like this video. Now, let's reveal the first surprising indicator that sets centenarian potentials apart from everyone else. Number 1. You can balance on one foot for 10+ seconds. Would you believe that something as simple as standing on one foot could reveal how long you'll live? It sounds almost too simple, but a groundbreaking 2022 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found something remarkable. People over 65 who could balance on one foot for just 10 seconds were significantly more likely to be alive a decade later. Why does this matter so much? Because balance isn't just about not falling, it's a window into how well your entire body is functioning. When you stand on one foot, you're actually testing your brain's connection to your muscles, your inner ear's equilibrium system, your vision, and even your small, stabilizing muscles that most people never think about. Take Elizabeth, a 72-year-old former school teacher from Denver. At her annual checkup, her doctor asked her to try standing on one foot. She could barely manage 3 seconds without wobbling. It was a wake-up call, she told me. I'd been ignoring my balance because I thought it wasn't important. Elizabeth started a simple daily practice. While brushing her teeth, she'd stand on one foot, holding the counter lightly if needed. Within 2 months, she could balance for 15 seconds without support. Want to safely test yourself? Stand near a counter or sturdy chair and lift one foot about 6 inches off the ground. Time how long you can hold it without touching your raised foot down or grabbing for support. If you can hold for 10+ seconds, that's an excellent sign for your longevity potential. Can't make it to 10 seconds? Don't worry, balance can improve at any age. Try standing on one foot while holding a counter, then gradually reducing your grip. Or try heel-to-toe walking as if on a tightrope. Even small improvements reduce your fall risk dramatically, and falls are what often begin the cascade of health problems that limit independence. Next, let's look at another simple movement that reveals surprising secrets about your longevity potential. Number 2. You can get up from a chair without using hands. Have you ever noticed how you stand up from your favorite chair? Do you push off with your hands, or can you rise smoothly using just your leg strength? This simple movement, standing without using your hands for support, is so revealing that doctors call it the chair rise test and use it to predict health outcomes in older adults. The science behind this is fascinating. A major study from the University of Sydney found that adults over 65 who could stand from a seated position without using their hands had significantly lower mortality rates over a 12-year period. Why? Because this movement requires strong quadriceps, stable hip muscles, good core strength, and excellent balance. All critical systems that keep you independent as you age. James, a 77-year-old retired engineer from Chicago, discovered this connection when visiting his daughter. I was struggling to get up from her low sofa, and my 5-year-old granddaughter asked why I always needed to push myself up, he shared. It was embarrassing, but it motivated me to do something about it. James started a simple routine, practicing standing up without using his hands from progressively lower surfaces. He began with a firm kitchen chair and gradually worked his way to softer, lower seating. After 3 months of daily practice, he could rise smoothly from any chair without pushing off, and noticed his overall energy and confidence had improved dramatically. Want to assess yourself? Find a standard height chair about 17 inches from the floor. Sit in the middle with feet flat, cross your arms over your chest, and try to stand up without leaning forward excessively. Can't do it yet? No problem. Try this modified version. Practice standing up while reducing hand pressure gradually. Place your hands lightly on your thighs rather than pushing down hard. To improve, try this. Sit at the front edge of a chair, feet hip-width apart, and practice standing up while using less hand support each time. Or try sit-to-stands, rising and sitting 5 to 10 times in a row to build strength. Even slow progress here dramatically improves your ability to live independently. Now let's look at another powerful longevity indicator that many people completely overlook. Number 3. You wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. While many people focus on diet and exercise for longevity, they often overlook what might be the most powerful health indicator of all: how you feel when you first open your eyes in the morning. If you're between 65 and 80 and consistently wake up feeling refreshed and energetic, you possess one of the strongest predictors of exceptional longevity. Sleep quality isn't just about feeling good, it's fundamental to your body's repair systems. During deep sleep, your brain clears out damaging proteins linked to Alzheimer's, your cells repair DNA damage, your immune system resets, and your body regulates critical hormones. The National Institute on Aging's research shows that consistent restorative sleep is more strongly linked to longevity than many other health metrics we typically measure. Yes, sleep patterns naturally change with age. You might wake earlier or sleep a bit lighter than when you were younger. But consistently waking up feeling unrested, foggy, or exhausted isn't normal aging. It's a warning sign your body needs attention. Margaret, a 73-year-old retired librarian from Boston, struggled with poor sleep for years. "I just accepted that sleeping poorly was part of getting older," she explained. "I'd wake up 4 or 5 times a night and feel exhausted all day." Her turning point came when her doctor explained that poor sleep was affecting her heart health and memory. Margaret made 3 simple changes. She stopped watching TV in bed, created a consistent bedtime routine with gentle stretching, and blocked all light from her bedroom with blackout curtains. "The difference was remarkable," she said. "Within 2 weeks, I was sleeping through most of the night and waking up feeling ready for the day. My friends keep asking what vitamin I'm taking because I have so much more energy." Ask yourself, do you wake up naturally without an alarm, feeling refreshed? Can you make it through your day without feeling drowsy? Do you fall asleep within 20 minutes of lying down? If you answered yes to these questions, your sleep quality is supporting your longevity in powerful ways. If not, small changes can make a big difference. Consistent sleep and wake times, avoiding screens an hour before bed, keeping your bedroom cool and dark, and limiting caffeine after noon can transform your sleep quality and potentially add years to your life. Let's explore another powerful indicator of exceptional aging that's hiding in plain sight. Number 4. You can remember recent conversations and events clearly. While physical abilities often get the spotlight in longevity discussions, your mental sharpness might be equally powerful in predicting a long, vibrant life. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still recall recent conversations in detail, remember where you parked your car without panic, or learn new information with relative ease, you're demonstrating exceptional brain health, a key marker of those destined for extraordinary longevity. Let's be clear about what's normal aging versus concerning change. Occasionally forgetting a name or misplacing your glasses. That's normal, but consistently struggling to follow conversations or repeatedly asking the same questions suggests something beyond typical aging. The exciting news from neuroscience is that your brain remains remarkably adaptable even in your 70s and 80s. The use it or lose it principle applies strongly to cognitive function. Your brain can continue forming new connections and even grow new neurons throughout life when properly stimulated. Take Robert, a 79-year-old retired high school teacher from Philadelphia. While many of his peers complain about memory issues, Robert can still recall his students' names from years ago and keeps up with current events in remarkable detail. His secret? "I never stop being curious," he explains. "I learn something new every day, whether it's a language app on my phone, a history podcast, or taking a community college class. And I never miss my weekly bridge game with friends." Want to assess your memory? Try this. After watching the evening news, see if you can recall 3 specific stories in detail. Or after a conversation with a friend, note how much you can remember the next day. This isn't about testing yourself, it's about awareness. The best strategies for maintaining sharp memory combine social engagement, intellectual challenge, and physical activity. Having regular conversations with friends, reading books that make you think, doing puzzles that challenge you, and taking walks all support brain health. Even learning simple new skills, like a dance step or recipe, creates those vital new neural connections. When your memory stays strong, your independence and quality of life remain intact. You continue making your own decisions, managing your finances, and engaging fully with the people and activities you love. Now let's explore another powerful predictor of exceptional longevity that doctors can spot just by watching you move. Number 5, you can walk at a brisk pace without feeling winded. Did you know that how fast you walk could reveal more about your longevity than your blood pressure or cholesterol levels? Geriatricians now consider walking speed the 6th vital sign, right alongside pulse, respiration, temperature, blood pressure, and pain. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still walk at a purposeful pace without getting short of breath, you're displaying a powerful marker of exceptional longevity. A landmark study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found something remarkable. Physicians could predict survival rates with surprising accuracy just by measuring walking speed. Adults who maintained a pace of at least 3 feet per second, about 2 miles per hour, had significantly longer life expectancies. Why is walking speed so revealing? Because it requires the harmonious function of your heart, lungs, circulation, muscles, nerves, and balance systems all working together. When you walk briskly, you're essentially performing a full-body systems check. Diane, a 74-year-old retired nurse from Arizona, noticed she was always the slowest one in her walking group. "I was constantly falling behind and feeling winded," she recalled. "I worried this was just part of aging." Her doctor suggested a simple program: walking just 10 minutes daily, gradually increasing her pace during the middle portion. After 3 months, she could keep up with friends and climb hills without stopping to catch her breath. Want to assess yourself? Find a 10-foot stretch and time how long it takes to walk it at your normal pace. Dividing 10 by your time gives you feet per second. Around 3 feet per second is the longevity zone. If you're slower, don't worry. Walking speed responds quickly to consistent practice. The simplest improvement plan is what I call the sandwich method. During your regular walk, pick a landmark ahead and slightly increase your pace until you reach it, then return to your comfortable speed. This interval approach builds endurance without exhaustion. When you maintain a strong walking pace, you're not just extending your life, you're expanding your world. You can confidently explore new places, keep up with friends and family, and maintain the independence that makes life rich and fulfilling. Now let's look at another everyday ability that silently predicts extraordinary longevity. Number 6, you can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. When we think about strength for longevity, many imagine complicated gym routines. But researchers have discovered something surprising. Your ability to perform everyday tasks like carrying a full grocery bag may be more revealing than how much you can bench press. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still carry your groceries from car to kitchen without strain, you're demonstrating a powerful predictor of extended longevity. This isn't about bodybuilder muscles. It's about functional strength that keeps you independent. Researchers at the University of Michigan found that grip strength in particular is so strongly linked to longevity that it outperforms many medical tests in predicting survival. Why? Because grip strength reflects overall muscle health throughout your body and correlates with heart function, brain health, and metabolic efficiency. Thomas, a 75-year-old retired accountant from Ohio, noticed he was dividing his groceries into multiple lighter bags. "I didn't think much of it until I saw my neighbor, who's 82, carrying 2 heavy bags with ease," he shared. "That's when I realized I was adapting to weakness rather than addressing it." Thomas started a simple routine, squeezing a tennis ball while watching TV and lifting soup cans as light weights. Within 2 months, he could again carry a full paper grocery bag without strain. To assess yourself, try this. Fill a standard grocery bag with about 10 pounds of items, approximately 5 to 6 cans, plus some lighter items. Can you carry it from your kitchen to your front door without feeling strained? If yes, your functional strength is supporting your longevity well. If this feels challenging, start with lighter bags and gradually increase weight. Simple exercises like opening and closing spring clothespins, squeezing a stress ball, or lifting light household objects as weights can rebuild this essential strength. Even opening jars or kneading bread dough helps maintain hand and arm strength. When you maintain the ability to carry groceries, you're preserving much more than convenience. You're protecting your self-sufficiency. You can continue shopping independently, handling household tasks, and managing daily life on your terms. Let's explore another surprising movement that reveals extraordinary longevity potential. Number 7. You can get down on the floor and back up without assistance. Here's a movement that might seem simple but reveals volumes about your longevity potential. Getting down to the floor and back up without using furniture or another person for help. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still perform this movement with relative ease, you're demonstrating exceptional physical integration that strongly predicts extended longevity. This seemingly ordinary movement is actually remarkably complex, requiring coordination between your legs, core, arms, and balance systems. A Brazilian study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found this ability so predictive of mortality risk that they created a scoring system based on it. Those who could get down and up with minimal support had significantly higher survival rates over the following years. Many people gradually stop getting on the floor as they age, creating a use it or lose it situation. When you avoid a movement pattern, the body becomes less efficient at performing it, creating a downward spiral of declining ability. Susan, a 78-year-old retired librarian from Minnesota, realized she hadn't sat on the floor in years when her great-grandchildren wanted her to join their play. "I was embarrassed that I couldn't get down there with them," she admitted. Susan started practicing floor transfers daily, first using the couch for support, then gradually using less assistance. After 6 weeks of practice, she could join the children on the floor, and more importantly, get back up independently. Want to safely assess yourself? Stand near something sturdy you can grab if needed. Try to lower yourself to the floor and back up using as little support as possible. Note which parts feel challenging. Is it the way down, the way up, or both? If this movement is difficult, start with intermediate heights. Practice sitting on a low stool, then a slightly lower ottoman, gradually working toward the floor. Focus on controlling the movement rather than dropping down or pushing up quickly. The ability to get down and up from the floor isn't just about playing with grandchildren. It's about maintaining independence in countless situations, from picking up dropped items to gardening to recovering safely if you should stumble. Now let's examine our final indicator of exceptional longevity potential. Number 8. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Our final longevity indicator might be something you encounter every day without realizing its significance. Climbing a flight of stairs without needing to stop. If you're between 65 and 80 and can ascend 10 to 15 steps at a steady pace without pausing to catch your breath, you're demonstrating remarkable cardiovascular health and muscular endurance, both powerful predictors of extended longevity. Stair climbing is such a revealing test of overall health that cardiologists use it as a quick assessment tool. It simultaneously evaluates your heart's pumping capacity, your lungs' oxygen efficiency, your leg strength, and your balance systems. A study from the European Society of Cardiology found that the ability to climb 4 flights of stairs in under a minute indicated excellent heart health and lower mortality risk. Michael, a 73-year-old retired postal worker from Colorado, noticed he was avoiding his daughter's third-floor apartment because the stairs left him gasping for breath. "I was embarrassed about asking to use the elevator," he shared. "So I started a simple program at home." He began with just 4 steps, repeated several times daily, gradually increasing until he could manage a full flight. 3 months later, he surprised his daughter by easily climbing all 3 flights to her apartment. To assess yourself safely, find a flight of about 10 to 15 stairs with a handrail. Climb at your normal pace and note, can you reach the top without stopping? How does your breathing feel? Are you steady or unsteady? This isn't about speed, it's about steady movement without excessive strain. If stairs currently challenge you, start with a smaller number. Even 2 or 3 steps repeated several times build strength and endurance. Or try step-ups onto a sturdy platform or the bottom stair of your staircase, holding a railing for balance. The ability to climb stairs confidently doesn't just predict longevity. It preserves your access to the world. You can visit friends in walk-up apartments, enjoy multi-level museums or shopping centers, and handle your home environment without limitation. When you maintain these 8 key abilities into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, you're not just demonstrating exceptional physical and cognitive health, you're actively creating the conditions for a longer, more vibrant life. Remember, it's never too late to begin rebuilding any ability you may have lost. Even small improvements can significantly impact your independence and longevity potential. These 8 indicators aren't just signs of exceptional aging, they're invitations to take control of your longevity journey. Whether you possess all 8 abilities or just a few, remember that every capacity can be improved at any age. The true gems among us aren't those who never decline. They're those who never stop growing. Which ability will you focus on improving this week? Your future self will thank you for starting today.